For our summary appraisal report, which was prepared by Long Island Homes Appraisal LLC, this is all of our group members right here, as you can see, and the date of valuation was March 29th of 2021. And this is the subject property that we decided on as a group, and it is a single-family residential home in East Northport, New York. It's listed right at $665,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it sits on 0.43 acres of land. It's 2,100 square feet, and some other notable features are a 1-car garage, a finished basement, a fireplace, and also a major remodel completed in 2018. And as you can see, these are additional photos of the subject property on the interior. And these are some of the major landmarks that are close to our subject property. The high school of choice would be the Comic High School, which is right at 2 miles away. And then LaGuardia Airport is 34 miles away. Crab Meadow Beach is 6 miles away, and Stony Brook University is 15 miles away.
Okay, so moving into the market analysis, we're going to look at the demographics of the area. The population of East Northport, New York is approximately 11,400 with a median age of 44.6 years. The population is experiencing a growth rate at a rate of approximately 3.5%. And East Northport is also predominantly white at about 90% of the population, with Hispanic and Asian being the second and third most common ethnicities. The average household income in East Northport is 106,497, which is nearly double the national average. Also, the average household income is growing at a rate of just over 5.5% annually. This is a well-educated area. Nearly half of the population has a bachelor's degree or higher. The average property value is $465,000, which is more than double the national average and is growing at a rate of 2.72% annually. Approximately 39% of households have a child below the age of 18, and over 60% of households were married couples. So we want to look at the impact of COVID-19 as well as we look at our subject property. Home sales have dropped significantly during the pandemic, and new listings have fallen approximately 40%. Real estate in metro areas has been also hit especially hard, with many Americans choosing to move out of more expensive urban areas as their jobs become remote and commute times are less relevant. While urban real estate sales fell 33% nationwide, the New York City metropolitan area faced a 74% decline. So this fact will likely have an impact on the valuation of our subject property, which is located outside of New York City on Long Island, as we mentioned. Additionally, some other factors, the high stock market returns during much of the pandemic has caused many investors to shift their funds towards equity rather than real estate, causing a further slump in demand. And also due to lifestyle changes during the pandemic, many families are looking for different features in homes. So a lot of at-home attractions such as gyms and pools might become more valuable as people shy away from community entertainment. So we're also looking at some of these factors as we continue in our appraisal.
So this is some of our selection criteria for our comparable properties. We wanted to get something similar to a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. We wanted it to be located in the East North Point, New York area. And we wanted the price to be at least within $100,000 of the subject property price. This might seem a little bit high, but because the houses in the area have a pretty high average price, this should be all right. And we also want other properties that have a similar year built and any similar renovations, especially a basement and a garage. So this is our first comparable here. It's located in East North Point, New York, and it's got a list price of $629,000. It's got 4-bedroom and 2 bathrooms. And we chose this property because even though it has 1 less bathroom, it's still very similar to our subject property because of the rougher exterior, but a updated interior. And then this is our second comparable property. This one is $849,000, and it's also a 4-bedroom and 2 bathroom. Again, it may have 1 less bathroom than the subject property, but we chose this one because it was located directly across the street from the subject property.
So this is our third comparable. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, single-family home located in Comac, New York. So like the subject home, it sits on 0.5 acres and features an expansive deck space. And the home was built 5 years after our subject house in 1967. Both include a fireplace, a laundry room, and underwent recent renovations. And then our fourth comparable is a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath, single-family home in Hauppauge, New York. This house sits on a slightly smaller lot than the subject and has half a bath instead of a full 3rd bathroom, but both houses were built in 1962 and feature a basement. And like the subject house, this house was recently renovated and features a modern kitchen and bathrooms.
This is our 5th comparable. So this house is located in Smithtown, New York, and is currently listed for $649,000. Like the subject property, it has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and also features an in-ground pool and an unfinished basement. This home is not as updated as a subject property, however, is listed on a similar size lot of 0.4 acres. And this is our final comparison property, which is located also in East Northport, New York, and listed for $629,000. Again, this property has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and is on a pretty comparable sized lot. It features a large upper level patio and was built 17 years later than our subject property. However, it does also feature a garage and a fireplace like the subject. So for our sales comparison approach, we took our 6 comparable properties and made a spreadsheet of all of their information. And then we were able to go through and create adjustments for some of the different features based on home renovation websites and the amount that they claimed that each feature would add or subtract for your house if it was included or not included in the East Northport area. One weakness of using the sales comparison approach in this area is that there was not much information given for square footage of the homes. So that was a factor that we were not able to include in our comparison. However, once we were able to go through and make all of the adjustments, either adding or subtracting for features that were included or not included, we were able to get some adjusted prices, as you can see there on the bottom. And based on the sales comparison approach, we decided to not use a simple average, but a weighted average of our prices based on the houses that were more similar to the subject. So as you can see, comparables 1 and 4 were the most similar to the subject property. And so they heavily weighted in our sales comparison approach values. And then comparables 2, 5, and 6 that were a little less similar were less weighted. So based on our calculations here, we got an indicated opinion of value for the subject property of $668,845, which is pretty similar to the current list price.
So we completed the cost approach for the subject house as well. So the estimations were obtained through the use of www.costtobuild.net. And by inputting certain features and measurements and the location, the website calculated replication costs of $611,392 to estimate the next line, which is estimated accrued depreciation. We utilize a useful life of 100 years. The house was built in 1962, so it is 59 years old. It's important to note, however, that the house was fully renovated and remodeled in 2018. The renovations include an open layout with high ceilings, hardwood floors throughout, an updated full kitchen, finished basement, fireplace, and ceramic tile floors. So we believe that this house has a useful life of 65 years, considering the significant and desirable upgrades. And to determine the next line, the estimated value of the site, we found a single family house, which is 0.5 acre lot that was sold in February of 2021 for $630,000, about 1.8 miles from the subject property. So using this information, we calculated the value of that plot of land, 4.43 acres, which is the size of our subject property's lot, and got an estimated property value of $541,800. So the indicated value from the cost approach is $939,204, which is considerably higher than its listing price of $664,888.
So the next approach that we completed was the income approach under the direct capitalization method. And through this, we took data based on the median sources of data from the Suffolk County, which is where our subject property resides in. So we calculated the median monthly average rate of rent to be $34,000. And then from that, we took the market cap rate data of real estate to be 7%, as well as that annual maintenance. We averaged, it's usually between 1.1 to 4%. So we averaged that around to be 2% of the sale price. And that's what you see in the operating expenses as a value of $215. And then we also took the average vacancy rate of 3.67. So following this mathematical formula as seen in the table presented, we computed a net operating income, or NOI, of $39,087.32. And then to calculate our price estimate, we took that average market cap rate from Suffolk County and divided that calculated NOI by 0.07 for the 7%. And it estimated about $558,390, which is just below the actual value of the subject property.
All right, and for our discounted cash flow method, we took a couple different considerations into account. We assumed that the average homeowner owns their home for about 8 years. We came out to an estimated total cost of $49,324 yearly, and this includes mortgage payments, utilities, and property taxes. We chose a discount rate of 9.5% because houses in the surrounding area appreciate on average 9.5% every year. So we discounted the $49,324 yearly cost at a 9.5% discount rate. And then we finally predicted the future value of the house upon sale, and that turned out to be $1,375,000 right about. So after creating the cash flow schedule, we came to an estimated value of $766,000, which is slightly above our subject's current listed price. And then finally, to reconcile all of our value estimates, we created this table. We decided that the sales comparison approach would probably be the most accurate because our subject property is a single family house. And then we decided that the discounted cash flow approach would be the second most accurate because we had the most information about that approach in comparison to the cost approach and the direct capitalization approach. And that leads us to a final appraised value of $704,000. So this valuation is based on arm's length transactions and the economic conditions as of March 29th, 2020. So we believe that the house's value is higher than the actual listed price.